Today we have a special guest, someone I know for I don't know how many years, man. It's been a while, like since we were kids in Angola. No, uh, anyway, it's one of my yeah, it's a friend that I usually see on festivals, but someone I really like a lot and love, and someone I was looking and watching from the side for a long time. I also learned a lot from you, Paulo, and just by observing, which I will share a bit later. But yeah, first to introduce you, uh, this is Paulo Cruz. Paulo Cruz.
Cruz.
Cruz, and he is a really known, beautiful dancer, Kizomba dancer. And so, what's your full name? Please share because I love your full name, but I don't know the whole thing.
My full name is it's a long name because I'm African and every African people have like a long name.
Mm,
So my full name is Paulo Jorge Simão Gomes da Cruz. Short
okay,
name Paulo Cruz.
Paulo Cruz. Bom,
Cruz.
muito bem. So, Paulo, before we start, I would just like to tune in and to connect to you and to connect to our bodies a little bit, which means I'll invite you for a few breaths together. So we take to feel the breaths together, just to feel our bodies, and also I will start by sharing what I feel now, what is most present in my body. I feel relaxed. I feel soft. I feel happy to see you again. It's been a while. I feel excited for this interview. I have a feeling it's going to be a fun one. And yeah, I feel good. Even in this isolation, so to speak, at home, I feel very creative and excited. And, I'm enjoying
Yeah,
this time. So I would also like to invite you to share what's most present in you right now.
the most present. Like at this moment, I relaxed. Um, it's not like I just woke up, but I'm very relaxed. I'm at my place, and I'm here ready for what is coming from you.
Mm.
And yeah, let's see. I'm ready. Give me all.
My brother,
Give me all the energy.
good, it's coming. Sometimes I wonder, and like how do people like you who are very energetic, how do you even stay at home for so long and just like not dance much or oh, must
Yeah,
be difficult.
it's very difficult, and sometimes I just want to dance, and I start doing some movements even when I'm cooking.
Mm,
I
mm,
start dancing, and now we have a lot of challenge
mm,
on the social media. I try to do most of them
mm,
related to the dance, and yeah, it's not easy really. I really miss moving my body,
mm,
like moving, spreading, like
mm,
yell, do a lot of stuff.
mm,
And yeah, I really miss that. But
mm.
what we can do, we have to stay at home.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We'll, yeah, we'll get back to this topic again about dancing and challenges and everything. But before that, I would like to start from the beginning and ask you, where were you born?
I was born in Angola, Luanda,
Mm.
in 90 whatever, doesn't matter. At the age of 12, I moved to Lisbon, to Portugal.
Mm,
And since then, I'm living here.
mm,
So I only live in two places, only Luanda and Lisbon.
mm.
And
I'm curious, how was your childhood growing up in Angola, if you remember?
I remember a lot of memories, a lot of memories. Growing up in Angola, it wasn't easy because we had like a civil war,
Mm,
and all the conditions back in the day. It wasn't that easy. Even
mm,
today, it's not
mm,
that easy. But even with all that difficulties, I grew up in the environment that all my family, we are all together all
mm,
the time, and I just remember that I was just having fun. I was like still. I'm still like a nice guy, always laughing, always try to see the positive vibe, always try to get the positive vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like growing in Angola, it's amazing. You learn a lot of things because back in the day we didn't have like a lot of technology like we have now,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that we were so creative on the way that when we are trying to 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 enjoy, like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays it's really really different, really,
Mm.
really.
Do you feel when you grow up in an environment which maybe, let's call it a challenging environment, because I also grew up in Serbia, we had war, we had many things. Do you feel when you grow up in this kind of environment, you see more the beautiful things that are in this world? Like you start to notice maybe more like, hey, how can we, even in this environment which is difficult sometimes, still
Hmm.
find the best of life and to enjoy, to find the beauty even in the darkest places? Was it the same
um,
in Angola?
it's like this is like more like about the personality. I'm always like I always see the positive sides of the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I never see like the negative. If we like stay only thinking the negative way, we
Mm-hmm.
are not going anywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
growing in Angola, it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we see a lot of people get killed, a lot of mine land,
Oh
like
yeah, mines, yeah. Mm.
yeah, all over the news, and hearing that. Okay, we were young and
Mm.
we just want to have fun.
Mm.
And for Angolans, I think most of the Angolan people, doesn't matter if you are on grief or if you are sad or everything negative, we always make somehow to make in the positive way, like
Mm-hmm.
dancing, singing, always pick something, for instance, to do music or to do a dance. This is
Mm-hmm.
how this is how I was created, like
Mm.
in this environment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is so amazing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, nowadays it's difficult. It's
Mm.
difficult.
What do you feel is
Um,
difficult?
okay, there's a lot of things, a lot of informations, but still, I'm still positive anyway. I'm still positive, and this is why I keep dancing to spread that positive vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people, they are so they are focus their energy on the wrong way, and I guess the dance and the music makes the people think more. They are more open
Mm.
to relax and to accept like good vibes.
Mm.
But
So I'm curious, what does that, because now you're describing all these things growing up and what is dancing, but I'm curious, what is dancing for you? What did dancing bring to your life the most, you feel?
dancing brings me everything,
Mm.
brings me everything. I think I don't know how I will live without dance because I grew up in the dance community. So it's
Mm.
I don't know. I don't see myself doing something else. Okay, I can see me doing something else, but it's very hard. I remember in 2010, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
early 2010, when the Kizomba, like the boom of Kizomba spreading all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that I was talking with my mom, and she was saying like, you have to go back to Angola. Yeah, the Portugal is not your birthplace, so you have
Mm-hmm.
to go back to Angola to help your country.
Mm.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I have to go because if I go to Angola, I don't know. I think I will get depressed. Even in that Angola, you can find something else. But I grew up most of my life in Lisbon,
Mm.
and like leaving my friends, leaving the dance community, and on that time, 2010, I was getting a lot of opportunities to show my work to the Kizomba scene and Afro.
Mm.
And I was like going to Angola, think that I could do something more to help people. And I was like, nah, I'm not going back to Angola. So I stay in Portugal.
Mm.
And for me, dance, it's everything.
Mm. Which is very interesting. You say your mom said like you can come, suggesting, of course, come back to Angola, do something to help your country. But I would just like to add that I feel what you did, how you did help your countries by spreading your culture. This is what I feel is your big power. You did so much traveling and
Yeah,
putting the
but
seed of Kizomba everywhere. This is I feel your power also.
yeah, but okay, from that side, yeah, this is one of the things I could consider myself like a promoter or ambassador
Hmm.
of the culture outside of Angola. And of course, in Angola, I think most of the places, when we talk about dance and music, people don't give the right value.
Mm.
Yeah, they think like, at least in Angola, we have a very conservative um, country,
Hmm.
and they are not so open minded.
Mm.
Nowadays, yeah, it's good, but back in the days, it was very hard.
Mm.
And when we talk about dance or being a dancer, they look at you like, hmm, why? You can do something more. You can be like an engineer or something else. You
Yeah.
can be like the president. And I'm like, okay, but the country is not made only by president or being engineer. So
Mm.
there are other things that we can do to help the country.
Mm.
And yeah, now I feel like I'm doing something for my country, even that I'm not living there, but I'm still representing my country.
Mm.
And
Mm.
you can see it from our performance,
Mm.
the way of we teaching and spreading the culture. Yeah, this is
Mm.
how I represent my country.
Mm. Someone posted a picture a few days ago. I saw like now everyone will see how important, in this time of quarantine, now everyone will see how important music, painting, dancing is to actually see how much joy bring us, like to feel good in these times. And this is a beautiful time to notice that how art is actually uh, essential to our culture all over the world.
Very true. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know if people could like survive without music or without art.
Mm.
I cannot see that picture.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
true.
think people will be like, I don't know. At least for me, I will be like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, this quarantine.
Crush.
I think you're back, and
Ah, yeah.
he's back. Let's let's see if it's okay. So, speaking of dance, when was your first time, if you remember, when you started dancing? Whether it's kizomba or it's any dance, when did you start dancing? Any first memories of that?
Uh, that's a very hard question because there's not a specific time
Mm.
that I could remember that I start dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Angola, everybody dance. Doesn't matter if you're a good dancer or a bad dancer,
Mm.
and you are kids. You don't remember like a specific time. At least for me, I have moments that I remember seeing my parents dancing.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't remember like a specific time that I start like real dance because we went on the street, we just were dancing kuduro.
Mm.
Back in the day, we didn't dance kizomba because kizomba in December, it was more for old people, you know. We were
Mm.
like, nah, this is for all these. We like to dance a kuduro and
Mm.
yeah, try to do a lot of crazy movements.
Mm.
And I guess I would say like when I was 6 or 7, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's the time that I started like dancing not kizomba but kuduro.
Mm. So when did you start dancing kizomba?
Start dancing kizomba for real, like controlling my body. Well, you understand why I'm saying that? It's controlling my body because
Yes, yes, yes.
I remember when I was trying to dance Kizomba, but I was on the feet of my mother, like on the top of the feet of my mother, and tried to follow her. Yeah, with the feet. And yeah, I remember that moment. This is why I didn't have control of my body. But dancing Kizomba, I think when I was 12, 13, more or less. And of course, I was a very bad dancer. You can imagine. And then I started dancing for real, when I was very late. It was late, yeah, 15, 16, when I started going to the clubs. Yeah, and the first dance that I started to dance, of course, it was Tarashinha.
Oh.
Come on.
Of course.
You want to hear more? Tarashinha, of course. And I remember, yeah, starting dancing Tarashinha, and of course, Tarashinha leads to Kizomba, and then I get more into samba. So.
Nice. I feel your parents were very happy that you were dancing Tarashinha at that time, yeah?
They didn't know. They didn't know.
Of course.
And also, Tarashinha is not because of my parents. It's because of Pechu.
Ah, really? Okay, so I'm also curious about this because I know you and Pechu know each other for quite some time. And I would like to maybe know the story. How did you meet Pechu, and how did you join the dance company he has, Kilando Kill?
Yes, yeah, I get more interest in the I would say Kizomba roots, Samba roots, African or Angolan rhythms because of Pechu. Because I remember living in Portugal, even that we had a very big community, African community. I still had the need of getting to know more about my culture, because I was getting to know the Portuguese culture, and I was like, oh no, but I think I need something to get connected with the Angolan roots. And I was with my cousin. We all always hang out together, going to clubs, and he had a friend. That was dancing in Pechu's dance company. And so her friend, his friend take him to, or invite him to see the rehearsal of the dance company. And he was like, my cousin was like, nah, I don't want to go alone. So he invites me to go with him. And when we went to see the rehearsal, it was every Saturday. And when I arrived at the place where the Kilando Kilo, the dance company, they were dancing. And when I get in the room, I was like, wow, oh my God, this is Angola. This is what I need. Why I say that? Because it was like an environment that I really I was missing. Like people speaking loud, people having fun, always trying to make fun of each other, singing, dancing, have that family environment. And I was like, wow, this is so good. This is so good. And Pechu, he comes to us and he say, oh, next time that you come to the rehearsal, you have to try. And I was like, no, I don't want to try this. This is not. No, I don't want to try. So the next day or the next week, I went there, and it's like, you have to try. So try to do something. Just try to follow. And I was like, okay, trying to follow, and I start dancing, getting to know, getting to have the vibe, and until now, yes, I'm still dancing like a folkloric Angolan dances.
And when was this? When you went to see him first time? Which year was that?
15. When I was 15, so it was in 2002.
Wow,
Yeah.
we have your age. Yay!
How old I am?
Oh wait, mathematics calculation. Let's keep it 2000, 2002.
Keep it. Now, but it was in 2002.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember it was in January. Yeah,
mm,
it was in January 2002. And I had like 1 year,
mm,
and some months after to really, really go on stage and
mhm,
perform. So all that period, I had to only rehearse, not doing any show. And
mm,
the first time that I went on stage, and I was like shaking, of course, I was like, what am I going to do? And you have to be very synchronized because it's against company
mhm,
floor. And I had to be very synchronized. But at the end, I felt the adrenaline, and I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want. Because on stage, you can do whatever. You can
mm,
spread your energy. You can do whatever.
mm.
And one of the reasons also to start dancing is because I'm very shy. I am very shy. I am very
Okay.
shy. And one of
Okay,
the reasons
continue.
one of the reasons to start dancing is like, if I go on stage, I don't have to be shy. I
Mm,
will do whatever. I don't care.
mm,
Out on stage, I was like, but on stage, like a beast.
mm,
Uh, and then out stage, yeah, this is one of the reasons also. And
mm,
Pechu is is the person that start to take me to like to the Angolan places that I can get. I can have the culture more, get to know more the culture, going like knowing where to go.
mhm,
I
mhm.
will. That's what I can say. Where to go. Yeah,
Nice,
this is how I start meeting with you.
nice. So even though you were living in Portugal, you still found a way to stay connected to your culture through music, through dancing.
Yeah,
Beautiful. So I,
and
yeah.
when say music and dance, it's like with real instruments. It's not just
Mm,
like music like Kizomba or Samba. It's like
mm,
real instruments like drums, real
mm,
drums, and all the traditional instruments in Angola. I didn't have the opportunity back
mm,
in the day to understand or to listen to those instruments. This is
mm.
also what it kept me on the
Yeah,
group.
yeah, and those those live instruments, especially the drum, for me at least, have so much power in them. It brings something very, very, how will I say this? Very primal, very ancient, very like it, I feel it wakes up my DNA every time I hear a drum, hit. And I
It's,
think, yeah, I think this is something. Yeah, exactly. I feel this is something. I don't know. Even people who don't dance, I know when they hear the drum, something wakes up.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is the power of live music. I love.
yeah, thank you.
I'm curious about. Did you meet Lana in Kilanakulu, your dance partner? Did you meet Lana there, or what's the story?
Uh,
How did you
I
meet her?
met not she met me at the Clando Kilo, not me meeting
Ah,
her.
okay.
I was dancing, and was in 2010. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because Lana she always danced.
Mm,
Back in the day, she was like dancing hip hop and so on, and she always had like that thing for the
mm,
African dances, for the Angolan dances.
mm,
And she had a friend that also knows Pechu,
mm.
and Pechu invite her friend to come to Kilandu Kilo rehearsal.
Yeah.
And her friend, he was like, I don't want to go alone. So
Mm,
he invites Lana to come with him. And when she went to the rehearsal,
mhm,
I remember she was the first one getting. She arrived very early. When I arrived on the room, I was like, who's that girl? She knew. Hmm, okay. And I was like, okay, she have a beautiful smile.
mm,
and she was like, she had a beautiful smile, but still she had like that face, like that poker face, like, don't talk with me. She like, don't talk with me, and I was like, but I still, she had that face, but I still want to talk with her. This is how we met. And for that moment till now, yeah, we are together dancing, spreading all the energy.
How long do you dance together?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love always to see dance couples who dance for a long time, because there is something different. There is some, you see, there is a bond, there is a energy that knows each other, and you can see it on the stage when they dance. And I experienced that, not for 10 years. I think I had 5 years partnership, dance partnership, and I know it was like, you almost start to read each other's minds. Like when you dance, it becomes very, very deep and beautiful.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I want to know, to ask, what is the quality you admire the most about your dance partner, Lana?
The quality. Quality. That's easy. That's very easy. She have a very strong personality.
Mm.
She have a very strong personality, and she's very true.
Mm.
Like if she doesn't like something, she will say, I don't like.
Mm.
If she doesn't want anything, she say, I don't want. She's like straight on the point.
Mm.
Like me, I will get on the point, but first I will like, nah, maybe, yeah. Yeah. But it was like, no. Yeah. This is one of the quality of that I really admire of my partner, like strong personality, and she's a person that she always there to help, and she's really, really, really like a partner. She's really, really a partner. Like in general, she's a partner.
Do you have like a favorite memory with her? Maybe when you teach or when you dance or on the stage, do you have some favorite memory of her when you and her together?
Oh yeah, so many memories. Come on, this is a hard, because
Like
there's so many.
the most fun one that you remember, the funny one.
I would say fun and scary.
Ah,
Yeah, I
okay.
remember once. I think it was 2014. We went to Egypt, and in Egypt back in the day, they had like a civil war as well, and we went there for this festival, and I remember that we were sleeping, and suddenly we just heard like a strong boom, like a bomb, and it was a bomb near, near our hotel. We were like, oh, what is happening now? It's not that we are going to die. Like for, I guess, 20 seconds, we're just like not moving. You know, like we stayed, and it was scary, and it was fun because we were like, what we're going to do, and we stopped crying together.
Wow.
We stopped crying together. I can laugh for this, but now it's okay. But it was scary, and at the end, everything went well. Yeah, it's one of the scary and funny memories that I remember now. Of course, like falling on stage, this is also fun.
Well, I know that one.
You are like giving all the energy, and suddenly you like, you drop. Yeah, I remember it was 2 years ago in Zurich. I was dancing, and then I fell, and I keep going. I should show you the video.
I think I saw it.
Yeah. And then at like festival, 1 year after, on the same moment, she felt as well.
Wow.
On the same moment that I felt
Mhm.
in Zurich 1 year back, she felt 1 year after.
Mm.
Like, wow, this cannot be a coincidence. So we
But
have
the
to change.
but the show must go on.
Oh, so much go on. So much go on.
The show
Doesn't
must
matter.
go
And
on.
this is the part that you have to be very synchronized with your partner. You have to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
unity, like knowing each other. Because
Mm,
if you don't know your partner,
mm, mm,
it's just like
mm.
a bad show. But at the end, it was the best show.
Good. Congratulations. Parabéns. Uh, do you have a favorite topic to teach? Like, okay, you go to festival, you teach partner or Kizomba, but is there like a topic, a theme, which you love to teach the most inside the classes?
Tarraxinha.
Tarashinya. Wow.
I really love to teach Tarraxinha. Of course, I like to teach Kizomba and Samba, but Tarraxinha, I like to teach Tarraxinha because there are people they really don't understand, don't feel, don't know how Tarraxinha is. The
Mm,
people see Tarraxinha like something very sexual, something very deep. No, 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 no. One of the reasons that I really love to teach Tarraxinha is that I can play, I can be funny, but
mm,
at the same time um, I try to get you the right information. Because
mm,
okay, if it's related to sex, okay, let's play with sex, but at the same time you will learn that it's not about sex. It's something more,
mm,
like getting together, having that connection, that it's something very synchronized, like two bodies doing the same movement on the synchronized way, that you just let it go. You just let it go. You don't have to think. You don't have to think. You just let it go. Yeah, and Tarashinha, this is one of my favorite dance style that I like to teach.
mm. But
Yeah.
do you feel, for example, when you speak about Tarashina, many people say, yes, it's not sexual. I feel the sexual part comes from us. So that to start with, but still, I mean, if you look at the bodies when they move, the way they move, it does create an energy in your body, which you can define it as sexual, you can define it as sensual, whatever you like.
Yes.
But I feel this still is an energy that is being created in that flow.
Exactly. It's like
Mm.
it's like creating a kamehameha. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And what do you feel about Tarashinha, the way you see it, or maybe the way you grew up with it, and the Tarashinha that is done today? Because today, I believe also because the music is, there's new kind of music, very strong beat, bass, a lot of electronic. I feel it does affect the way we dance, and there is a new way of dance, so to speak. Okay, I will say new way of dance. For me, it's more like emphasize, like volume up on
Mhm.
what we do. So, what do you feel about the Tarashinha today that is danced that you can see often online now?
Um, like the Tashin that I see today related, like the difference between what happened back in the days.
Well, maybe just to make it simple, what do you feel? Yeah, let's. What do you feel about the Tarashinha dance today? That's it. Let's keep it
Yeah.
simple.
Today, I would say that people don't dance Tarashinha.
Mm,
Yeah. People, they don't dance Tarashinha nowadays
hmm
because they really don't know first what is Tarashinha.
mm,
Yeah. And they try, the thing that I see is people trying to follow like okay, there's many ways of you can interpret the music, but nowadays they don't connect with the soul, like with the soul of the dance of the music. They connect
Mm-hmm.
more in something more superficial, like
Mm-hmm.
something more like to show off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I see. Like people, they're trying to show off when they are dancing tarashinha. But tarashinha is not to show off.
Mm-hmm.
Tarashinha is just like you and your partner together. The thing that you are doing, nobody had to know. That energy that is creating between you two, people from outside, they don't have to know. But nowadays, people, they want to show. Why you have to show something that is just between you two?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, nowadays, people, they really don't dance that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They dance something superficial.
Mm. How do you feel about, and for me, this is a super interesting topic because I learned originally Tarashinha and I still dance it. But what I love creativity. I love to explore with movement. I love to make the movements bigger, sometimes smaller. So, how do you feel about, in general, having a foundation, or maybe some don't, doesn't matter, but still,
Mhm.
how do you feel about creativity and creating something new that is maybe out of the box, standard box?
I'm not against that. I'm not against that, and I really understand. And of course, as a dancer, also you have to be very creative.
Mm,
And one of the things that people cannot forget is that this is a social dance.
mm,
This is a social dance first. The thing that you do on stage is not the same that you do on the social. I think
mm,
people they are not understanding the big difference between that.
mhm,
And yeah, you have to be creative, not losing the foundations. Yes, I think one of the thing is if you don't know the foundations, or if you have like a bad foundation, everything that comes after,
mm,
even your creativity, okay, you still can be creative, but if you don't have a strong foundation, if you don't have like a strong base,
mm,
everything else is not going to be with
mm,
that. That's all.
mm,
Yeah, but you can create. If you have a good foundation, you can be creative. Come on.
mm,
I think the dance is always like evolving, and this is something that we cannot stop.
mm,
Okay.
mm. I feel this is a common theme with many of our colleagues that I speak, at least the ones that dance for a longer period of time, which is, and I feel the same, which is the foundation and the importance of a foundation in any dance. And the foundation is not just technical; it's cultural. It's the feeling of that movement and what is the background, etc. And I do notice it. This topic keeps on coming back with whoever I speak, and this is something I'm not always sure how to, besides my own students that I work with, or how can we share and maybe not make people see, but to help people understand the importance of that foundation and basics. And this is something I'm not always sure how to do that. How can we expand their consciousness and make them understand that if you go deep into the foundation, your everything else will be so much richer.
Yeah, you reach. Yeah, it's true. Hmm. Uh, yeah, it's hard. It's hard because not every place have like not everyone have the opportunity to just to be surrounded by people that really know, or at least they breathe
Mm,
the foundation of the culture.
mm,
There are people that don't have this opportunity. This is
mm,
why I understand why they change, or why they don't have that thing about the dance.
mm,
The best way to get that that feeling, yes, is to be around of people that really understand and know how the foundation is.
Mm.
Because if you don't, if you're not there, if you're not, for me, just by staying, at least for me, when if I stay in a place when the people they're speaking the same language, they're moving their body like they supposed to be, how they supposed to be. Of course, just by standing there, you will understand and you will feel the environment.
Mm.
This is why in Angola, most of the people know how to dance, because just by standing in a party, seeing
Mm.
people dancing and seeing people moving their bodies, they will get the thing
Mm.
like to start dancing. And I
Yeah,
guess most of the thing is like this
yeah,
is one of the ways to learn.
yeah. Being in that field, that being surrounded by that energy, definitely it affects you. It affects you. You cannot ignore it, and it becomes part of you.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting topics. I feel these themes are always, for me at least, interesting to speak of, and I don't have solutions, or maybe I'm not trying to always find a solution for everything. Uh,
of course, come on.
but yeah, I'm always curious about what other people think. What can we do to improve on this? Uh,
Just go to the environment, go to the parties, go to the
go to
I
the
don't know.
drum. Go to the
Go
drum.
to the drum, exactly. Go to the drum.
Yeah.
People that have the opportunity to do that, it's like they go to Angola, they go to Luanda, or they come
Mm,
here to this one,
mm,
and because okay, here they have the opportunity to be surrounded by those people.
mm,
Here
mm,
the clubs here you just can learn a lot of things.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Different culture, but still you get to know.
mm. Yeah, beautiful. Before we go to the last set part of the interview, I would like to ask you, what do you feel are the what do you feel are the gifts you are receiving these days in being in quarantine? Because I feel there's a lot of beautiful things happening at the same time by being or having so much space because of this global situation. What are the gifts that you feel you are getting from this whole being
Quality time.
quality time?
Yeah. When I say
Mm,
quality time, because okay, like you said, we are always traveling all over the world, and we miss that quality time that we have
mm,
to speak with our relative,
mm,
with our family, with our friends, and one of the things that okay, we have so many time now, we have so many time, and we have to know how to use it. I
mm,
think most of the people they don't know how to use it. They have like okay, I have a lot of time, so I don't know how to spend it, so they don't do anything.
mm,
This is how you have to use your now. That you have to understand how you should use your time now.
mm,
And one of the things, yeah, this is the quality time. Like I have more opportunity to speak with my family and with my friends,
mm,
organizing my stuff. Like my computer is a mess, but no, it's not a mess because I had the time to organize it.
mm,
And I think one of also the most interesting thing that I'm getting back of this situation. I think people now they are more, how I'm going to say, they are they know that they're about to lose something that is very good. You know, when you're about to lose something, you try to get like you want to grab it.
mm,
And I think now people they're trying to now talking about the dancing.
mm,
People they are like, okay, I didn't realize that Kizomba in general
mhm,
is so good to me.
mm,
Yeah. And I'm receiving a lot of messages like, oh my gosh, I really want to dance. I really miss that good like connection with someone dancing,
mm,
just listening to music, the DJ, just hang out, going to the bar, drinking something. There are people like, oh, they're like addicted. Ah, I want to more. Yeah, but this is one of the things that I realized that Kizomba is make people really like get to into the soul, into the emotion.
Yeah, it's given us a lot, much more than we realize.
Yeah, true.
So we arrived to the last part. It's a quick it's a quick answer question. So I'll ask you specific questions and you give me a 1-word, 2-word answer, maybe a short sentence, but not long. So it's don't think too much, just chew. Whatever comes out, it comes out. You ready?
I'm surprised that you didn't ask what I'm drinking.
I don't. Maybe it's better not to know.
Oh, you can ask. You can ask. I'm drinking tea.
Okay.
No, it's tea. It's tea. Hey, what you are drinking? Coffee.
No, it's a hemp banana shake. It's really good, actually.
I'm drinking tea. Look. Lipton.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Okay, come on. Ready? So, what is your favorite word? Palabra.
Caixinha.
Okay, I never got this before. Okay, what turns you on? What excites you?
Food.
Who is your favorite artist, singer, band?
Heavy C.
Wow. What is your favorite curse word in any language?
In any language.
You can say it here. We're all grown-ups.
This is like I don't curse so much, but puta.
Puta.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Ricardo's favorite? Scroto.
Scroll.
Scroto.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt? Other than dancing, let's say. Other than dancing, what profession you would like to try or to do?
I would like to be a computer engineer. Yeah.
Or a diplomat, I heard.
Oh, diplomat. Yeah.
Okay, so last question, always my favorite question. If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower?
That's nice. I think I already have. I think I already have this superpower, I guess.
Tell me.
Making the people feel good. I don't know a specific power to that, but making people feel good. That's the power.
That's a beautiful superpower, man.
I think I already have this power. I don't have to be a superhero.
Yeah. You are a superhero with this power, so yeah.
Okay, if I were a superhero, I think I would like to. I would like to have the teleport power, like suddenly I'm here and suddenly I'm close to you, and like trying to be everywhere.
1.5 meters distance, please, even if you teleport.
Okay, no, this can be like this. At least I have the power.
Okay. Nice. Good choice. Paulo, I wanted, before we finish this conversation, I feel I want to honor you for being who you are, and I know how much you shine when you're with people in the workshops. I witnessed this myself many times, and I feel this superpower that you named, that to bring joy to people. This is a beautiful gift that you're sharing with people, and I think we need more of this power in this world, especially nowadays. And I also want to honor you for spreading the culture of Kizomba, which brought to me and so many people. You know, it's an Angolan culture, and you're really the ambassador of that. So yeah, I feel I want to honor you for that.
Thank you
And
so
thank
much.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you again for joining this interview. It's been a while I saw you, but yeah, we'll see each other. We'll see each other somewhere soon.
Between us this year, because this year it's already done. Because
Mm,
probably next year.
But yeah, anyways, thank you again, and big hugs for you, man. And yeah, enjoy this day.
I will try. I will try to enjoy this day. And thank you for doing this, because come on, you always try to do something, or we are always trying to do something for
Mm,
the community. And thank you for doing what you are doing,
mm,
because, like we said, in this world we are not alone,
mm,
and we need to stay together and doing things together
mm,
to make like a better world.
mm,
And nowadays, I think after this coronavirus crisis, I think people, they are going to get more together.
mm.
If this now going to, if they are now, if they don't learn about, um how you say, if they don't know, if they well, I was speaking Portuguese.
Tá bom.
Se eles não se aperceberem que as coisas podem acabar, de uma maneira que as pessoas menos esperam,
Mm,
I think eu acho que não há uma outra maneira deles aprenderem. Se não aprenderem agora, já não vão aprender mais.
mm,
Já não vão aprender mais. E por acaso houve ontem uma frase, I remember a phrase by
mm,
the Pope Francisco, Papa Francisco.
mhm,
He say something like, I think. Wait, I have the thing here.
mhm.
I have to read it, because it's a very interest. Wait, I see here. Blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm using my phone, and this is upside down. Wait. And I wrote, and I saw very interest. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your
Okay.
picture froze. Yes, tell me.
It said like, I was speaking Portuguese.
Mhm,
It said like, avançamos destemidos, pensando que continuaríamos sempre saudáveis no mundo doente. So
mm,
basically, he was saying like, we move forward like fearless, and thinking that we could survive, or we could stay on this healthy world. But at the end, this is a sick world. And this is one of the phrase that yesterday I was like, yeah, really.
mm,
We live in difficult time, but I think we have to learn
mm,
from that.
mm,
If we don't learn now, we are not going to learn anymore.
mm. This is a perfect ending, I have to say. This what you just shared. So it's like feels like at the end of of a movie. Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah. Thank you again, and yeah, man. Take care.
Thank you too, and thank you so much, and hope see you soon.
Yeah. Abraço.
Okay, take care. Wash your hands.